opinions expressed in the following program are not necessarily those of Shaw Cable Systems or of the station. Through our access policy, we provide the opportunity for community groups and individuals to express their points of view.
Good morning or good afternoon. For us it's morning, and here we are at Zion United Church, and the silence is deafening in here, but I have one of the people who makes that alleviate real quickly. I have Doug Shepard with me today. Doug's quite many interests in town, and although we're not talking religion here, so you kind of have a little comfort factor being in a church, but Doug is here on Moose Jaw this week to talk about the Band and Choral Festival coming up. 54th.
64th.
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 Almost as old as you.
Almost, not quite. It has about 4 years to go, but catching up.
You have to stop for a while to catch.
That's right. Yeah, 64 years this has gone on. And with an event like this, it seems that you can gauge. You say, well, how has it turned out to be 64 years, and what is the secret of this? And it's just a good festival. It's just a good, solid community program that's being offered.
And it's evolved from the days of when we had parades down Main Street, and then we got a median, which kind of threw things off for marching. But back in the 40s and 50s when it started, was a huge event in Western Canada, and bands of 70, 80, 100 people marching down Main Street and on Saturdays, and it was a big event always on the May long weekend. And now, over the years, it's evolved, it's grown, and now it's a band and choral festival in a non-competitive setting where it used to be competitions, and there's a lot of learning takes place and a lot of sharing, and it's done in the week rather than on the weekend.
Mm-hmm. That you struck one good note there. Well, you struck many good notes in there. But
we're talking music here, right?
Well, we are. The fact that it's non-competitive. I counted up the number of entries in the program book. Moose Jaw Band and Choral Festival 64th annual. I counted them up. I'm going to refer to my cheat sheet here for a second.
Oh, yes.
I counted 82 bands and choirs, 82. And of those, 24 of them are from Moose Jaw. They're from right in town. And it is non-competitive, which means that I think it's just more fun for everyone. It would be much more fun, I think, for a group to be singing in here, which is where the choral groups will be in Zion, and not having somebody sitting up in the back saying, you blinked twice, so you lose 5 points. You stood the wrong way, so you lose 2 points or whatever. It's non-competitive. It's just a fun event. And as you say, lots of learning and lots of sharing and lots of absolutely wonderful music.
Yeah. And the format is that if the people come in, they sing their songs, and then the adjudicator talks to them for like 45 minutes after every section, and they have a couple of adjudicators, so they rotate through.
Yeah, that's right. Every group will be there will be a clinician there to suggest things and to say, here's how you might improve, and gee, you did that so well. So it's all a very, very positive kind of experience for these young people. And they're from all over the place too. They're from Saskatchewan, Alberta, Manitoba. As I say, 82 bands, 24 bands and choirs, 24 from Moose Jaw. So there's a lot of music to be heard.
And they're getting good education from the adjudicators. Now, who have you got this year? So because I know those guys, people like to know who's coming to do the brass and who's coming to do the singing.
Well, I'll tell you, a lot of folks will be very familiar with so many of these names. I'm back to the cheat sheet here. Orville Anderson from Manitoba, well known in many music circles. Sandra King, who's from Victoria, BC.
What's she doing?
She's doing choral this time.
Okay.
She's taught at just about all levels of music that you can imagine. She went to Mount Doug Senior Secondary School in Victoria just a few years after I went to Victoria High School. Just a few years. Paul Moen from Manitoba. I'm sure a lot of folks will remember a lot of these names as we go on. Dr. Darren Orlikin he's from Saskatoon. And there is a local fellow here, B.J. Harris, born in Regina. Do you know him?
Only,
You have to know him.
I take partial credit for his career and performance. This is a little known story, but BJ and I share this. When BJ was in my homeroom, and he came into, we were doing My Fair Lady, sorry, not My Fair Lady, the King and I needed a young man to be in this play, and BJ had not signed up. I said, BJ, have you signed up yet? He said, no. I grabbed him literally by the hand, took him upstairs, made him sign up, and the rest, we shall say, is history. But he's a wonderful teacher and musician. He does professional performances with a small group, and he also is the choral director for a group in Saskatoon. The name escapes me right now, but it's an adult group that does the things that he learned in high school from Allison Litt and like vocal jazz standards and things like that. And so he's a good guy, and of course his family's still here in town. I'm glad you got BJ, because the kids will have a really good time.
Oh, well, that's good. And his specialty, of course, is jazz.
Yeah.
So that will be really a treat to welcome him back to town and to hear what he has to say. So those are the adjudicators whom we have, and all of them top-notch people. Every one of them is so well versed in what they're going to be doing.
And how did you get involved in this? Was the Desperate for Haggis group recruited, or was this a Doug Shepard Lone Wolf production?
This is a Shepard Lone Wolf production, I guess. No, Desperate for Haggis. We were left out of the Choral Festival and the Band Festival again this year, but that's the way it goes. How does this happen?
Inquiring minds need to know.
They don't need us here for this. This is above our pay grade for sure. Well, actually, I met Val McWilliams during the production of Fiddler on the Roof last fall at Danier, and she called the cast together and she said, "Could anybody help with this?" And I said, "Well, yeah, maybe my wife and I could do something," thinking that this would be good because my wife would do all the work. And she's going to be doing a lot of work for this as things go on. And the public relations part seemed to be opened, and I said, well, maybe I can give a hand in that. So it's really interesting to be involved in this. 17 or 18 members on the organizing committee, all dedicated people, all musicians, with probably the exception of me, in kind of a, very, very peripherally involved musician.
You play an instrument?
I play an instrument, yeah. I play about 4 or 5, 6 instruments, but only 3 songs on each.
And they're all the same.
And it's all the same song, yeah. So a dedicated group has been working for quite a while on this, and we're really looking forward to getting going on Monday the 13th.
Well, yeah, and it goes from the 13th till the
16th, Monday to Thursday.
Okay. And nights, they have some concerts on.
There are night shows on now I have to go back to my cheat sheet here. Chicks with Sticks, Monday, March the 13th at 7 o'clock, and that will be at the May Wilson Theatre.
I always thought that was a hockey organization, right?
It sounds rather like, yeah. Three women from Saskatoon, oboist, flautist, and a bassoonist. And they are going to show us and treat us to some wonderful music. That's on Monday night, one show at 7 o'clock. On the 14th, on the Tuesday, at 6 and 8, Now, you have to know Steve Palmer as well, I would imagine. Okay. Well, Stephen will be here with his with a drummer, and young Kelly Supergia. He's going to be joining.
Kelly's been on our show this year.
Yeah, that's right too. Yeah, I've seen him. Yeah, and they'll be here for 2 shows at 6 and 8. Again at the May Wilson. All 3 night shows are at the May Wilson Theatre, and on the 15th. For 2 shows at 6 and 8 is Arlene Shiplett's horn choir from Saskatoon. A horn choir, can you imagine? It's going to be great.
I was just trying to think of French horns, yeah, trumpets, but trombones?
All will be revealed. All will be revealed.
Yeah, you got to buy a ticket.
Oh, well, yeah.
If you can.
Well, that's true, too, so get them now and get them early.
Where?
May Wilson Theatre at the box office.
Okay.
The night shows are all there. The amazing thing about this is we have all of these highly talented folks coming in for the night shows, and it's $5 admission. That's it. For everything that's going on at Peacock, here at Zion, and all of the daytime
And
events.
Mosaic
And Mosaic Place. The jazz will be down at Mosaic Place. They're all free. There's no admission
That's
charge.
Hazy Room, I think it is.
Yes, it is. Yeah, yeah. You've done this before.
No, I did research.
Well, I just have cheat sheets.
Yeah.
So it's free to get into the band and the choral festival itself, but the night shows only $5 and tickets at May Wilson.
Well, that's great, and I know it's a wonderful experience. A lot of buses around town, a lot of energy around town, and people get a chance to go out and enjoy the music and enjoy the young people's enthusiasm.
Well, looking at it from another perspective too, there will be a lot of buses, a lot of people. It could be about 1,000 performers and parents and teachers and so on, who will leave in the city of Moose Jaw about $1 million. $1 million in 4 days of a band and choral festival. So it's a big deal. It is really a big deal. It's a major event in our community.
Well, thanks for getting involved with this, and to Val for seeing the light and saying, yeah, get Doug's wife, and maybe he'll come along.
Yeah. Well, my wife is just sitting behind us, and she's getting all set to do her part as well.
Okay, thanks very much. And so that wraps up talking about the Kinsman, I still want to call it, talking about the Band and Choral Festival from Zion Church, where, of course, there's going to be a lot of wonderful music made in the coming weeks.